It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store. banks of the Ohio River. There's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
To throw, Bridgewater. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
That coach is always hard on the quarterback, reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
first and 10, it's Mostert. Down to the 42, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 35. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and run here with Mostert. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run right side with Mostert. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Can. Stop.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Bengals at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. You better be afraid of me. You better be. 11. It's a safety creep.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Here we go. Hey, can. 11 mighty.
They go play action with Burrow. They'll roll him out right. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Running left, it's Mixon. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an eye formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Old school eye.
How about that? Was that fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Play action now. Bridgewater. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. They're going deep for Hill. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A handoff running left is Mostert. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game. And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. The Bengals drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up and keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Burrow on play action. He'll buy some time right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Here we go.
A handoff running left, Mixon. And he's got room past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Play fake. Bridgewater. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down throw for Bridgewater. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Bridgewater now. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end. This is going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number one. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here for their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it, and in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground, and they did.
We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And the defense closes quickly there, and they get maybe a yard to the 33.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
To throw is Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches didn't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Back to Mixon on first down.
And slow going there as you'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes angles, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
And he'll get it out to midfield. It's spotted right in midfield at the 50. Nixon will try the right side. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now it's Mixon running right. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 163 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow will throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. McPherson's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert, and he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
A fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
He finds some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Boy, 192 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Sliding out of the pocket. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Mixing up the middle. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 60.
And the Bengals are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Now a give to Mostert running right.
Room here to run. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Eluding the pressure right. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mixon with a first down carry. He'll take this to the 46. And the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but works in part.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They'll give it to Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
49 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Hey, check 24.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this, when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Mike, check. 59. Fall down.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And this one is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Bridgewater to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Back to Mixon on second down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about right a finish to this one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Mixon, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Check 59.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Bengals, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.